Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Glacial Geek unboxing video. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, finally, out of the warp, my Indomitus box set has arrived. It came to me late, but it came to me nonetheless. It may have been soaked, it may have been bug-ridden. That's the shipping container. This actual box itself was fine, thanks to the high-quality shrink wrap that GW uses. But I am excited to show you the contents of this box. I'm actually going to be opening it for the first time myself here, so you guys get to see it as I get to see it as we go through all of the great models and the books and all of the different stuff that they've got inside here. So let's take a look. First off, the box is the same high-quality box that they've been going. I like the new design that they've been doing. This like full design that they have here with all of the artwork that they have on it, like they did with the Sisters box set that they did. It's just kind of cool to see it the way they've done it here. They've really upped their designing game. I really am a big fan of the look here. I like this new look that they've got going for it. But let's open it up here. If you can deal with the sound there. So like I said, first thing. So first off, we've got this cool piece of art. I've been keeping these because I keep telling myself that I'm eventually going to like frame it and put them on the wall. I don't know if I ever will, but I probably will always keep them. So very cool artwork here. I really like it. The grim darkiness of all of the artwork here for all the people that were afraid that the cartoony look of the Warhammer community stuff, which I absolutely freaking love, but just to show that it doesn't replace all of the grimdarky artwork that they're going to be working with here. So very cool indeed. And the back is just the same thing there with the zip code. Then there is just a literal ton of gray plastic here, which is fantastic. I'm really excited about it. We've got here a sprue for the, maybe I'll just do this underneath it here. So you can see the sprue for the Outriders here, which is really cool. I really like the bikes. I know a lot of people have complained about them being too low, but then again, if you look at any of the flyers from 40K, I don't think any of them could actually fly themselves. So the fact that they've got bikes that are too low doesn't really disturb me whatsoever. So because in my game, I can use the tipsy model, the unstable model rule and just move it to the side there if it looks like it's going to fall over. I'm not riding these things in real life, so there we go. But very cool models. The stats that I've seen, that pretty much everyone has seen at this point, look really awesome for these guys. I'm excited to paint them up green because my Raven Wing are green. I know that upsets some people, but hey, my models, my paint job. So I'm going to make them up green and have them riding with Samael on a Sable Claw, providing them with those rerolls and a Talon Master, giving them ignore, cover, and allowing them to get some really good shots. So I'm excited about that indeed. It'll be interesting to see what ignores cover does. If it just ignores the armor bonus, or the save bonus, or if it actually ignores some of the rules too. So, you know, to see maybe I can target things over terrain that is obscuring with the ignore cover, but I have no idea. So we'll find out. I'm sure once they come down with the day one FAQ that they've been talking about going here. So here we've got a combo sprue here with, looks like it's got the captain, the Primaris captain there with that. Oh, no, this looks like it's just a shield. What is it? The blade guard guys there with his shield there. It looks super cool. And then we've got a Necron. Is this a warrior? I don't know. I have no idea which one this one is. But he's got the cool, the Gauss flare there, which is awesome. So pretty big model, beefy model there. Pretty cool looking thing there. So yeah, cool stuff there. Then here we've got, looks like the Intercessors. So the close combat Intercessors. So they've got all the weapons molded onto them, which is, I mean, to be expected from a box set like this, but I'm pretty excited to get them up there and rolling. I think these are going to be awesome, especially since you have to switch out through the doctrines now. Having some close combat stuff that can help you later on in turns, I think is going to be a major boon for Marines here. And being troop choices, it means that you can just get in there and really work to contest objectives, which I think is going to be fantastic. So you have your regular Intercessors to try to mow down the screens, and then you get these guys to run in there and jump onto objectives and fight people off, which I think is going to be great in case they try to come to contest them. So should be a lot of fun there, especially with the Astartes chainswords now being AP -1, which is going to be fantastic. Going through here, No, which one's this one? This is another one of the shield blade guys, I believe. Oh, no, this I think might be, I have no idea which one. This might be the captain. I think this one might be the captain. Yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff. Oh, yeah. There's his friend that's going to be on his shield right there. And you can see his shield's got the little peg there to put him onto there. So that's going to be fun to have him there. And that's, I think, the new Overlord, which is a really cool looking model. I'm excited to see this. I might actually put them all together and start up a Necron army too, because this is a pretty good start for a Necron army coming out of here with all the cool new models. It's got a lot of the different stuff you can go with, so pretty stoked about those. That'll be interesting to see. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see what happens going forward. So I've got them now, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. We've got some more of the Intercessors here, which is pretty cool. Again, I'm pretty excited about getting to run these guys. They think they're going to be fun. I think they'll be a good addition there and work really well side by side with their traditional Intercessor bros. Now here's the Warriors sprue. Oh yes, this is the Warriors sprue. So I think that's like the other one that I showed, I think, is not the Warriors. That's their lieutenant version thing that they've got going on, which is kind of cool. But these are super cool, looking very awesome. And the fact that they are on their own sprue maybe means that they're going to come out with their own, like as a separate kit, which would be kind of cool, because then I can just put them together and have some more, which is cool. They've got the new close version of the weapons there, which are pretty fun. I know Warriors have always had an issue with shooting, so maybe it's not the best of options to go with, but at the same time, it'll be interesting. Also, it's interesting to see that they don't have the little plastic, the clear plastic things anymore. Now they're just molded with a cool design on them, so you can paint them green if you want to, paint them whatever color you want. I think it'll be interesting to see them. And then there's some scarabs down there, which is kind of cool. Those guys are always used to scare the bejesus out of me, especially back in the day when they could just like rip into things. I had a Land Raider taken from like full wounds down to exploding in one round of combat with a whole bunch of them. Hold on, I am getting stuck up in here. All right. Now we've got here, this is the new guys, those new close combat guys with their blades and stuff like that. I'd be interested to see which one ends up being the better option, like the 2 blades or the 1 giant blade. Because the 1 giant blade looks super cool, but then again, 2 blades is always fun, right? Running on in there, dual wielding like a badass. I think that'll be fun to see them do that. So, but yeah, cool models, excellent sculpts. They look awesome. I'm super excited about the new designs that they have on all these new models. I think they look awesome, and I think they're going to be super cool to see out on the table. I'm excited to get them built up and painted up. So that's what I'm going to be going at real quick after this. So here we go. We have the looks like, this is like that new Necron thingy, like the big monstrous thingy, which is kind of cool. Also looks like it's got maybe the other, like their other Lord thing that they've got going on. Not exactly too sure which of these are. So I'm sure the directions will tell me what I need to do to make them all work, but that's super fun to see them all there. I think this is cool. I really like the new designs that they've been doing for the new Necron models, as well as the new Primaris models, but I mean, Necron models I haven't had. I think they've needed a reboot, and basically it seems like they're doing like an entire new, like almost like an entire new line of models for them. You know, they've got their new troop choices made up here, or not, I guess the new troop choices, but redone troop choice options that they've got coming out here. They've got new characters, and especially when you add in the fact that they just added the Caesarus guy with the from Pariah, added him out there with a new character to run with. And then they have, not too long ago, when they came out with the Doom Bane box set, they came out with the Cryptek with the cloak, and then they came out with, where he's riding the giant the giant bug. I think that's going to be kind of cool to see them all coming out. So it's basically like they're getting like a whole line reboot, which is fantastic. And all the new models that they've been showing, and the Silent King coming out, that guy looks super cool. I think he looks awesome. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he doesn't look like that much. But if you think about it, he was meant to just be a regular dude bro who managed to be like the top dog and convince them to add all of their intelligence into him. So I don't think he should look super different from the regular Necrons. I think he just should look like a bigger, beefier one, which is exactly what he looks like. So it should be interesting to see what his rules are when he's coming out. That'll be fun to see. Another sprue of the Necron Warriors, along with their the little buggies going along with them, which is kind of cool. Looks like a bit of Marine popped off his sprue. Okay, well, I got him. Sounds good. And then we've got the Ancient, the new Ancient that they've got coming along here. This looks like the new Chaplain. So it looks like they've got a lot of the new stuff. Oh, they're here. So yeah, here we've got the Melta Bros. What are they? Man, the name is totally blowing me right now. But yeah, they've got the new ones here. So it's on this sprue, so it doesn't look like they're going to have I guess they'll have a new redesign like they did with the Shadow Spear. I imagine they'll be coming out separately, but they'll be coming out probably in a bit like they did with the Eliminators, like from the Shadow Spear set. I guess we're still waiting for the jump packy dudes with the guns. So it'll be interesting to see when these guys come out on their own. But otherwise, they've got them there. And I think they're going to be fun. I think the fact that they can shoot twice if they all shoot at the same target is going to be fun. It does mean that you've got to put a lot of shots into everything if you want to get those extra shots. But I guess if you do have a few things, like a couple bikes or whatever, that you want to try to pick off, you can shoot them at different targets and still get the full range of shooting abilities that you've got going on there. But I think it's going to be super cool to see them in action. And the Blade Guard, I think, are going to be super fun. I like them a lot, and I think it's kind of cool to have the lore be that they are part of the Deathwing in the oh my god, why is words failing me here? This is what happens when you take a break. In the Dark Angels with the Deathwing, I think that's going to be a fantastic idea, because the fact is, at this point, they've been around for hundreds of years, and they're part of the organization, and they're going to be moving up in the organization. They're going to find out these rules, and the thing is that a lot of times, you know, throughout the lore that they've talked about, people get moved up within the circles, within the inner circle, basically on accident. So they stumble across the Fallen, they stumble across information, or they run into them on the battlefield. And because of that, they end up with a situation now where the interrogator chaplains and the captains and whatever, or the supreme commanders and everything, they make a decision. Then they go, well, do we just kill him, or do we now promote him further along to keep up with his information? And I think that at the end of the day, if a soldier, if a Primaris Space Marine is proving himself loyal, is proving himself worthy, and is proving himself to be able to be a fighting force of the Dark Angels, then there's no doubt in my mind that they would make the decision. It's much better for them to just promote him up and then keep his fighting force to go now be put towards fighting down and finding Cypher, finding Luther, finding the Fallen as they go along here, especially as it seems like they're building up towards something, or they had been in 8th. I imagine they'll probably keep doing it with 9th. I think it'll be interesting to see how it all comes to a head here. So I'm gonna use this to protect the stuff down below, which is kind of interesting. Then we've got here, another. What is this one? Oh, this is talking about the novel, which is advertising, which is kind of cool. Also, it's kind of fun art. I'll maybe keep that one on the side there. We got bases, lots of bases here. So going through here, we've got the Edge of Silence, which and the directions here, how to build them, along with some more bases. Those are always good to know. Yeah, but I think these are going to be fun. Let's see what's inside here. So let's see. So we got, these are all the instructions to build them all. That thing is so cool looking. I think it's just so cool. So cool looking. That they've got going along here. They've got all of the different stuff there. So I'm pretty excited to get stuck in building these guys. And then they've got the Edge of Silence here, which is, I think, tells the story of kind of what's going on here, which is always fun. And it's also got all of their data sheets, which is going to be interesting to see them. Eradicators. There we go. Now I know what they go in Blade Guard. I was right with the Blade Guard. Okay, cool. Making sure I'm not going totally crazy. And the Judicar, I love that guy. I think he looks so badass. I think it'll be interesting to see him out on the table. So, but yeah, so we got these guys. I think it'll be interesting to be able to jump in with them. Then we've got the big old tome. Ooh, baby, this is a chonky boy. A lot more rules this edition than they had in the last one. I think the realization came that people were going to, if you have a simpler set of rules, people are going to try to find ways to get around this. So if you have a more specific set of rules, which is what they're working on here, I think they found themselves in a better position. I think it's going to have a lot more, I think they're going to be spelling out a lot more things. And there's always going to be interactions that are going to come up, and the things that need to be FAQ'd, the things that need to be changed, because that's the reality. Once you take anything and you put it out towards an audience of millions versus, whatever audience that they could possibly have with playtesters and editors and whatnot, it's obviously going to find things that are going to be not going to work together exactly as you had hoped. So figuring that all out, I think, is going to be interesting to to go forward. But I think that they're deliberately trying to spell things out more specifically because they found that people were looking for ways around the letter of the law and in the rule books back in 8th edition. So, and it meant that they had to come out with more FAQs to specify what they meant by it. And now I think they're just going to specify exactly what they mean by it. They've got the rules in written large, and then they have the more itemized levels to let you just peruse things and find out kind of information more quickly as you're going through. So I think it's a good way to go about it, and it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. So yeah, big old chunky book, cool stories. It's got cool art and stuff like that, which is always fun. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, so very, very cool stuff. So I'm excited for all of this. And then the new missions, I'm very excited to get involved in the new missions. They sound really awesome. I think that the new missions are going to be a really cool balance, because I liked the way the ITC missions work, because it meant that you could design a list and design an army to work a certain way, and that you had a game plan going into any kind of situation that what you were going to go for. So you had an idea, you're like, all right, well, I've got some really fast guys that I really want to move in. I know that I'm going to be trying to do more board control heavy stuff than I am going to be trying to kill things. And you can go into it with that understanding. You could do the same thing with these missions if you go into it. So you build your list to do certain things, and then you try to respond to what your opponent does. It means that you have a game plan, which is great. Previously, it's like you didn't have much of a choice going into it. You know, if you happen to have a mission that required a lot of killing, if you didn't have one that could do that, you were kind of stuck, And I think that this is kind of cool. It allows you to the flexibility to determine what you think your army does best, and then try to do it, and then show if you can do it. And then your opponent tries to tell you, no, you can't do it. I'm going to show you how you can't do it going through there. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I really like them, and I think it'll be fun to see them playing out like that. We got transfers galore here, whole bunch of different Space Marines. So you've got the Ultramarines, you've got the Blood Angels, you got Space Wolves, and you got the Dark Angels, which is kind of cool. And of course, they've got the Raven Wing, which is fantastic. So I'm excited about that, and the Deathwing. So kind of cool about that. Meant to be for those boys into their specific wings, which I think is going to be fun to see them do that. So then you got this little divider here, and underneath you just got a whole lot of bases. So, those Outrider bases I think those are the Outrider bases. They're chunky boys too. Ooh, that is a big old base there. I don't know. Maybe this was the new biker bases. I'm not sure. I've only been using the thin ones for my regular bikes, so maybe this is what they are now. But it seems bigger and chunkier. Which, I mean, they've got extra wounds, so I imagine they were. And then of course, a whole big bag of other bases there. But yeah, so that is just a basic unboxing. Super excited about all of these, and I'm going to be getting myself stuck in and building up and painting those models and getting them out on the table. Hopefully, once everything settles out, I'm in the process. I've started to figure out some ways to try to film some battle reports. So hopefully, I'll be able to get some of those done in 9th edition with these new models. And try to get it. I'm not sure if my schedule is going to be able to keep up with what I usually did because of just the availability right now. The store, the Savannah Lion Games, is not open for gameplay because of everything going on. Understandably, and the right call to make. I live in a smallish apartment, which makes it hard for me to film full games in here. So I'm going to do what I can and see what I can do. But I'm hopefully going to have some more content coming out about Indomitus here. Show you what you get inside the box there, which I think is a fantastic amount of models. And I'm super excited. They look very cool, very detailed models that are going to be fun to build and paint. And I think the units themselves are going to do some cool stuff too. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. And until next time, stay safe and have fun.